Hello friends, we are reading Nehemiah and we'll be starting with chapter 7, and we're just reading about how Nehemiah was a God-fearing man full of faith and trust in God's plan for him and God's protection over him, how he used prayer to continue to work steadfastly in what God had called him to do. I think that Nehemiah has 10 chapters, so we'll read at least maybe chapter 7 and chapter 8 if God wills. Thank you so much for being here. It is an absolute pleasure to have you reading the Bible with me. Chapter 7. After the wall was finished, and I had set up the doors and the gates, the gatekeepers, singers, and Levites were appointed. I gave the responsibility of governing Jerusalem to my brother Hanani, along with Hananiah, the commander of the fortress, for he was a faithful man who feared God more than most. I said to them, do not leave the gates open during the hottest part of the day, and even while the gatekeepers are on duty, have them shut and bar the doors. Appoint the residents of Jerusalem to act as guards, everyone on a regular watch. Some will serve at sentry posts, and some in front of their own homes. At that time, the city was large and spacious, but the population was small, and none of the houses had been rebuilt. So my God gave me the idea to call together all the nobles and leaders of the city, along with the ordinary citizens, for registration. I had found the genealogical record of those who had first returned to Judah. This is what was written there. Because we're reading most of the Bible, it's not all in any strict chronological record. There's sometimes years between even a verse or two, definitely between chapters. So it's important that that's kind of recognized, as it seems like the people that first returned were just rebuilding the walls, but the chapters are not aligned day by day. There's sometimes large gaps, and that's part of why reading a commentary or a study Bible is beneficial to kind of understand those different pieces. At that time, the city was large and spacious, but the population was small, and none of the houses had been rebuilt. So my God gave me the idea to call together all the nobles and leaders of the city, along with the ordinary citizens, for registration. I found the genealogical record of those who had first returned to Judah. And this is what was written there. Here's a list of the Jewish exiles, the provinces who returned from their captivity. King Nebuchadnezzar had deported them to Babylon, but now they returned to Jerusalem and the other towns in Judah where they originally lived. Their leaders were Zerubbabel, Jeshua, Nehemiah, Sariah, Reliah, Nahamani, Mordecai, Bilshan, Mispar, Bigvai, Rehum, and Bana. This is the number of the men of Israel who returned from exile. From the family of Parash, 2,172. From the family of Shephatiah, 372. From the family of Erah, 652. The family of Pahath Moab, descendants of Jeshua and Joab, 2,818. The family of Elam, 1,254. Zattu, 845. Zekiah, 760. The family of Bani, 648. Oh boy, we have a lot more to go. The family of Bebai, 628. The family of Azgad, 2,322. The family of Adonikam, 667. The family of Bigvai, 2,067. The family of Eden, 655. The family of Ater, descendants of Hezekiah, 98. The family of Hashem, 328. The family of Bezai, 324. The family of Jorah, 112. The family of Gibbar, 95. The people of Bethlehem and Netophah, 188. The family of Anathoth, 128. Beth Azmaveth, 42. The people of Kiriath Jearim, Kaphira and Berah, 743. The people of Ramah and Geba, 621. The people of Michmash, 122. The people of Bethel and Ai, 123. The people west of Nebo, 52. The citizens of West Elam, 1,254. The citizens of Harim, 320. The citizens of Jericho, 345. The citizens of Lod, Hadid, and Ono, 721. The citizens of Sinah, 3,930. I want to visit Ono someday. I would just be such a cheesy person in Ono. These are the priests who returned from exile. The family of Jediah through the line of Jeshua, 973. Family of Immer, 1,052. The family of Pashur, 1,247. The family of Harim, 1,017. These are the Levites who returned from exile. The family of Jeshua and Kadmiel, descendants of Hodaviah, 74. The singers from the family of Asaph, 148. The gatekeepers, the families of Shalom, Ater, Talmon, Akub, Hattai, and Shobai, 138. The descendants of the following temple servants returned from exile: Ziha, Hashufa, Tabayoth, Keras, Sayaha, Padon, Labana, Hagabah, Shalmai, Hanan, Gidel, Gehar, Riah, Rezin, Nekoda, Gazam, Uzzah, Paseah, Besai, Meuim, Nefusim, Bazbuk, Hakupha, Harhur, Basla, Mahida, Harsha, Barkus, Sisera, Tima, Neziah, and Hatipa. We're not quite done, we're almost done, but it is so much more fun if you guys try to follow along with these names as I read them out loud. I know it'll be more fun for you too, so try to read out loud with me. The descendants of these servants of King Solomon returned from exile: Sotiah, there's not even an R there, Hasophereth, Peruda, Jala, Darkon, Gidel, Shephatiah, Hatil, Pokereth, Hazabeah, and Ami. In all, the temple servants and the descendants of Solomon's servants numbered 392. Another group returned at this time from the towns of Tel Melah, Tel Harsha, Kerib Aden, and Immer. However, they could not prove that they or their families were descendants of Israel. This group included the families of Adaliah, Tobiah, and Nekoda, a total of 642 people. That's a lot. 3 families of priests, Hobiah, Hakaz, and Barzillai, also returned. This Barzillai had married a woman who was a descendant of Barzillai of Gilead, and he had taken her family name. They searched for their names in the genealogical records, but they were not found, so they were disqualified from serving as priests. The governor told them not to eat the priest's share of food from the sacrifices until a priest could consult the Lord about the matter by using the Urim and Thummim, the sacred lots. So a total of 42,360 people returned to Judah, in addition to 7,337 servants, 245 singers, men and women. They took with them 736 horses, 245 mules, 435 camels, 6,720 donkeys. Some of the family leaders gave gifts for their work. The governor gave to the treasury 1,000 gold coins, 50 gold basins, 530 robes for the priests. The other leaders gave the treasury a total of 20,000 gold coins and some 2,750 pounds of silver for their work. The rest of the people gave 20,000 gold coins, about 2,500 pounds of silver, and 67 robes for the priests. I'm about to lose batteries, so I'm glad I didn't say anything about reading both for sure. So the priests, the Levites, the gatekeepers, the singers, the temple servants, and some of the common people settled near Jerusalem. The rest of the people returned to their own towns throughout Israel. And chapter 8 will have to be read separate. So I hope you're having a blessed day, and thank you again so very much for joining me. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. And I'm going to try to be doing some study on this chapter, and if I decide to, I will add some of it in the commentary. But thanks again for being here, and you all are in my prayers. Bye-bye. God bless.